In this video, we'll run Llama 70B with 70 billion parameters on my tiny laptop with 4G of VRAM using the Accelerate library by Hugging Face. Watch until the end and we'll discuss the pros and cons of doing this, mostly cons on such a tiny device. Traditionally, running large-scale models like Llama 70B requires access to high-end GPUs with substantial VRAM, often upwards of 24 gigabytes. This presents a barrier for many developers who might have the skill but not the resources to access such hardware. My goal was to bridge this gap, enabling the deployment of Llama 70B on a more accessible platform. The strategy revolves around efficient model loading and offloading using tools from the Hugging Face ecosystem and PyTorch. Here's a step-by-step guide to how it was done. First, authenticate and download the model using the Hugging Face hub. Normally, we would use the from pre-trained method on automodels, but since we have few resources, we'll use the download snapshot function from Hugging Face hub to download the files. This step ensures that we have access to the latest model files without needing to handle large checkpoints directly in VRAM. Utilize Accelerate to initialize the model with empty weights. This approach helps in setting up the model architecture without immediately loading weights into memory. Doing this is really simple. Just import init empty weights from Accelerate and initialize the model from pre-trained inside the init empty context. Now you have your model, but as long as you don't need to use it, it costs no VRAM at all. The key part of the process involves loading the model checkpoints while leveraging offloading mechanisms. This step allows the model to run by partially offloading data to the CPU or disk as needed, making it feasible to work within the constraints of limited VRAM. All you have to do is import load checkpoint and dispatch and point to the model checkpoint and the offload folder. That will be an empty folder on the disk to stop iteration. Set the device map to auto and Accelerate will handle the moving pieces. Now you can use your model inside a pipeline and start generating text. By leveraging these techniques, we can now run highly sophisticated models like Llama 70B on hardware that was previously deemed insufficient. This democratizes access to advanced AI capabilities, enabling more developers and researchers to experiment and innovate without being constrained by hardware limitations.